Warning! This video contains the ramblings of a crazy person.
I'm not crazy. Peef might be crazy.
Welcome to Crocs in the Kitchen.
I'm Jessica.
And I am Brian.
And this is Peef.
Yep, that's Peef.
You might not know Peef actually squeaks. So...
This is the video. This is the video many of you have been demanding for a very, very long time. Back in the early days of the channel, when somebody was like, hey, what's the deal with Peef?
What's the deal? Do your thing.
What's the deal with Peef? And then we never answered it. We never talked about it and never did anything with it because this is kind of a longer story than could be told in a brief synopsis.
I mean, I'm just feeling bad for Brian because this video might end up being like 45 minutes long and he's gonna have to edit it down to something that makes any kind of sense and doesn't make us seem like total psychos. Well, I guess me.
Yeah, I'm perfectly normal in all of this.
So here's the thing. So, okay, Peef goes back way back, like way back, and to when I was a little girl.
You gonna start telling the truth, or are you gonna lie now again?
Okay, fine. So I would love to say that I got Peef when I was like a 1-year-old, and he's been my bear that I've carried around with me like all my life, and just like, you know, that's what people always assume because they're like, oh, you're carrying around this bear. He looks a little rough around the edges, like he's been carried around a bit. You must have had him all your life. He must be your childhood bear. Well, the truth is I bought him from a Borders bookstore back in 2003 when I was like 17 at the time. And I bought him because he was on the 50% discount rack. And he was cute. He was just a cute bear and he squeaked. And I didn't know anything about Peef. Like, he has Peef written on his foot. And I was like, Peef, okay, cool. Like, he seemed like a cool bear. Like, there were multiple little bears there. There was like 2 or 3 of them, and I inspected, and this was like the one that I chose, and it was Peef, and I brought him home, and I always have had a thing for teddy bears. Like, my entire, like, I remember one time my dad brought me this bear that was like super giant. I mean, it was like, we called him Big Tuddy, I think. No, we called him Big Teddy because... Never mind, we're not going to go into my childhood nicknames. But anyway, we called him Big Teddy, because he was like this just giant teddy bear, and my dad bought him for me. And like, I don't know, I've just always had a thing for teddy bears. So I bought Peef and took him home and kind of just like put him with the rest of my bears and whatever. And then that was that.
Yeah?
Well, I'm trying to decide, should we tell like the real story of Peef?
Well, you want to tell what the actual background of Peef is, and not just your background with Peef?
Not my background with Peef.
I can interject here just a little. So Peef is a character from a series of books. He is a Christmas bear.
Yes, he's a Christmas bear.
He was made by Santa and the elves, according to the books.
Can
show them? Yes, we have a couple of them right here. And I don't know if that's reflecting badly. But
this is the first one. This was released in 1995.
Yes. And then this one was 98?
Yes.
Something like that.
Second one, and then there's 2 others in the series as well.
Yes. So he was made by Santa and the elves, and he was like an assistant with Santa for a very, very long time, always helped him out and stuff like that.
Well, wait, but you forgot to say why he's like multicolored.
Oh, yes.
That's like super important.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, well, the reason why he's multicolored and he has different fabrics, like his little ears each have a different fabric, and his paws and everything like that. And well, if I took his clothes off, but he likes wearing his Santa outfit. Anyway, he is multicolored. He has well, we should probably show them, I guess. I mean, you can see from the other ones in the background, but he basically, sorry, Peef, he is multicolored and he has all these different fabrics and all this different stuff. So basically, the elves each picked out their favorite fabric. Like Santa asked them, like, bring me your favorite fabric. So that's why there's all different colors, there's all different patterns, because each of the elves brought their favorite fabric to Santa, and then Santa made Peef out of it. Now, the reason why he squeaks is because that's him. Santa put that button in him so that he could say his name, Peef, and the rest is history.
Yep.
But you continue on the story while I redress Peef.
Yes. So Peef was there with Santa for a very long time, but Peef always had like this deep desire to be with a child as the child's bear, because he could see other bears, you know, with the children, and that was his heart's desire. So one day he went and told Santa, or at least wanted to tell him that, you know, like, hey, I want to go be with the kid.
But he never could tell Santa.
But he never could tell him.
And the other deal was that as long as he lived with Santa in the North Pole, basically, like, he would never age, and he would never, like, he would never wear or tear or anything like that. Like, he wouldn't be, like, worn out like my Peef is. We'll go over all of his little imperfections. But
yes. But one year, a little boy did not get a present.
Yes.
And so
they forgot a present. So Peef would go with Santa and the elves to deliver all the presents, and they forgot one. Yes.
And so Peef kind of volunteered himself to go and be the child's bear.
Yes.
And it was sort of this bittersweet thing, because he was sad to leave Santa, but he was happy to be doing what he really wanted to do, which was being a toy to a child.
But then the twist was that then he would also age and all that stuff. So that's kind of the second. I actually really like the second book a lot, because it's a good message. It's, well, the company that actually, it's like a Christian book publishing company.
Yes.
So the stories are very, like, you know, well, obviously they're kids' books, but they all have like kind of a, I feel like they all have that kind of like moral kind of, I mean, I guess a lot of kids' books have that. So the second book is all about, like, he's gone to live with the kid, and now he's, of course, getting wear and tear and all that. And then Santa comes and is like, hey, I can fix you, you know, whatever. But Peef's like, no, I have this great life. I've done all these things. I've experienced all this. Like,
he's been on adventures.
Yeah, he's been on adventures. So kind of, to me, that book kind of reminds me, like, of when I was a kid. My parents, everything, like, kind of had to be perfect, like, and so you didn't use things, like, you sat on the couch, like, very, you know, straight, so you didn't mess up the couch, or like they didn't go as far as like having the plastic wrap on the couch or anything like that. But, and so it was kind of like you didn't use things, and so you didn't get the joy out of them necessarily, but they stayed in good condition. And so you got to find that balance. And so with Peef, it was like, he could have stayed in perfect condition, but he wouldn't have got to, like, live his life and do things. So I think it's kind of a moral of the story, like, it's like, do things and, like, live your life and use things, and don't be, like, you know, just, like, don't be afraid to do things or anything like that, because you have to, like, live, you know, like, if you're not living, then what's the point? Like, what's the point of having, like, a new car that sits in the garage for, like, 2 years and never gets used, because you're not really, like, enjoying it, right? So, yeah. Anyway, that's a whole other thing. But there is a deeper meaning that can be found in these, and they're great messages for kids.
They're not just like straightforward Christmas books. Like they've got a message there. And there are 2 more books
there's
in the series as well that you don't have?
I actually do have them. I couldn't, like, bury them out of my thing.
Oh, gotcha. But yeah, that's basically the story of Peef. Yes. It was, I believe it was written and drawn by 2 different people.
Yes.
And he's quite big in
Minneapolis. So Minneapolis is where the author and illustrator and the publishing company and everything are located. So actually in Minneapolis, if you go up there, they have, like, sometimes their holiday parade, like the Holidazzle parade, I think. They have, like, giant Peef floats and things like that. And it's like, oh my gosh. Actually, fun story. I have so many things I could tell you guys about Peef, but again, 45 minutes. Okay. So my mom, my sister-in-law, and I, actually the year we got married, it was like right after we had gotten married, we went to Minneapolis because they were putting on a Peef Christmas play, and we went up there to see it, and it was really fun, and it was just like, and actually I got these books signed there. I think they're both signed by the author and the illustrator. And there was, like, giant Peefs and all kinds of crazy stuff. We'll show some pictures of that, and it was really fun. And yeah, I mean, it was just cool.
But that is the real story of Peef. If you find the books and all that stuff, absolutely great and fantastic for children.
Yes.
And
you can buy little Peef bears, obviously, because I have a billion of them.
How many do you have, Jessica?
Okay, I'm not gonna admit on this. I decided I was gonna bring them all on and show you guys. You can see there's a few back there, varying sizes. I was gonna bring them all on and show you guys, but I don't even know, and I'm kind of embarrassed about it. So I'm not gonna tell you.
I'm going to embarrass her even more. If I grabbed all of the little Peefs, all of which are named different things and dressed in different outfits.
Peefa Bella, Peefa
Yes.
Limo, Peefa, yeah.
If Jessica turned around and I squeaked them, she would be able to tell the difference between the Peefs.
The squeaks. They all have different squeaks.
And you know the difference. But that's...
I've been embarrassed enough.
Yes.
But also, I was gonna know you could tell them. I'm not gonna say it if they want to find out how many Peefs I have.
Yes. If you actually want to see how many Peefs that Jessica actually has, go back to our very, very first video, and in I think even in the first minute, I do a little very quick montage of the plush toys that Jessica has, and if you pause it, you can see all of the Peefs in one spot, except for this actual Peef who is hiding in the video. So, yeah, go back and check our first video if you want to see that footage, because it cracked me up when I actually recorded it.
The sad part is I don't even think all the Peefs are in that shot.
And you keep buying other ones too, but you keep giving them away.
Yeah, I buy them as gifts for babies and children and things.
Now, if you're wondering though, these ones are a bit harder to come by.
Yes, the one that is the actual Peef, the one that I is my main Peef. He's the one.
That is Peef.
Peef. They don't actually make this version of the Peef anymore. They don't make that exact one. So yeah, he's out of print.
Yes, but I think we should probably get onto your real story. Yeah. So where did you leave us off at? You were 17, you bought him out at
Yeah.
Borders, and you picked him up, you brought him home, you didn't really do much with him.
Yeah.
And then something happened, something changed, and Peef became the bear and not just a bear. Warning, this video contains the ramblings of a crazy person.
Well, the thing is, I was on a road trip with my mom. So we were going to a lot of concerts, and I still go to a ton of concerts, but this was back in 2003. We were driving from St. Louis to Shreveport, Louisiana, and we were going to see Fleetwood Mac, because Lindsey Buckingham rules. Yeah, Lindsey. And we took Peef with us, and I don't remember why we took Peef with us. We just took him with us. And then along the way, we just started developing all these crazy stories about Peef. Yeah. And he was our navigator. He would always be we had a never lost GPS, and he would always be the one who was in charge of operating it, supposedly. It was a long drive to Shreveport, Louisiana. I think it was a 13-hour drive, and we did it all in one day. We were a little delirious by the time we were in maybe the 6th or 7th hour of driving.
I don't know why I'm nodding. I wasn't there. I wasn't in the picture at all.
Jessica I didn't know him at all.
Me.
Yes.
I'm just nodding along because oh yeah, that makes perfect sense for you to do that.
Yeah. So anyway, we started making up all these elaborate stories about Peef, and I'm not going to tell you a lot of them because you'll really think I've gone off the deep end, because there's a lot of really weird stories. But one of the things that actually we were coming up with this whole story that he rescued somebody from the top of this pyramid in Memphis, and that was actually we were supposed to see Fleetwood Mac at that venue, and they canceled that show because I think we were supposed to see them there and then go to Shreveport or see them on the way back maybe. And so so we were driving by this pyramid, and we made up this story about Peef rescuing somebody from the top of the pyramid, and it was a whole big thing. And that's when we really started going with the stories. It was we just started coming up with all these crazy stories.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I'll tell you what though, it would be kind of nice if your mom were actually here though.
Yeah, that's
to talk about him.
Because the Peef thing is really my mom and I. It's all about my mom and I.
Peef, can you fix it?
Peef!
Hi, Peef. How you doing? Oh my.
Oh my gosh, Peef loves. This is my mother, guys. By the way.
Yes. Hi, everybody.
This is my mother. Well, her name's Pam, but we like to call her Pammy. So I call her, well, I like to call her Pammy. So Peef calls her Pammy.
Okay, Peef.
Anyway, so yeah, this is the person who like you guys don't understand. Like Peef and my mom and I have gone on so many adventures together. Like we do not travel without bringing Peef. We've brought him on so many airplanes. Like he just he's just part of our lives. Like there isn't a day that goes by where like I don't call my mom up. Like, well, I call her usually like 3 times or 4 times a day, and usually I don't know if have we ever had a conversation where we don't talk about Peef?
Probably not. I don't know. I can't remember any, but yeah, maybe. I don't
So
know.
I wanted to ask you on this lovely channel. So what are she did not want to come on here. She was like, and she was sitting there as I talked about her earlier, not letting me sit on furniture and doing things like that.
It wasn't quite that bad.
It was mostly Dad. We'll just blame
Don't
it
say
on Dad.
that.
Okay, so my question for you, my first question is,
Okay.
so what does Peef mean to you? Like, why do you think, other than the fact that we're total lunatics, obviously, like what does, like why do you think, is there a deeper level to it for you?
It's kind of a symbol of like, become a symbol of our relationship kind of in a way. Because like he's kind of like a part of both of us, don't you think? Yeah. The stories that we made up as we were driving from one place to another made the time go a lot faster, and especially when we went to Shreveport, because that was like you said, a very long trip.
But it's just like, I don't know, it's just become like a weird thing.
It's like a thing between us that like we've had to let Brian in on and stuff like that.
Brian
it took him a little while to get used to the situation, but he's now accepted it. So,
but I want to show you guys some photos.
Hold
on. Wait.
You get it?
This is heavy. Okay,
Yeah,
so we're going to show you photos on the screen, but I just wanted to show you that I made this, which is Peefy's gorgeous, spectacular, unbelievable, magnificent, spoofy, and grand photos. So anyway, this is the photo album I made of Peef's photos. So there's a ton of photos in here, but we'll show you some on the screen of our favorite travel moments with Peef. We like taking pictures of him with like different monuments and all kinds of different stuff, different cities. He's been to Europe, he's been to Canada, he's been to
the Liberty Bell.
The Liberty Bell where we like reached
Empire
him over
State
the edge.
Building.
Yes, he's been a lot of places. But
we couldn't manage to get him up on the Statue of Liberty though, like at the very top. Like we couldn't manage that, so I don't think we even went into the Statue of Liberty with him.
I just realized these are all like his nicknames and stuff. Oh my God. Anyway,
it's sad.
So yes, there's a lot of backstories. This goes back, well, I mean, it was when I was like 2003, so you do the math. She's better at quick math. How many years is that?
Age-wise?
Since then, 16 years?
Oh, 16
years.
Yeah, 16 years.
Yeah, so 16 years we've been dragging this little bear around with us everywhere we go. So we've made up a lot of stories. He has a lot of accessories. He likes wearing, his Santa Claus outfit is like his main, he like when Christmas comes along. And I know I sound crazy, like I'm talking about it like it's him, but you just have to know me and go along with it.
You have to be there.
You just have to be there. But I wanted to ask you some questions.
Okay.
So I'm going to do a little bit of trivia.
Okay.
Okay, so trivia, it's going to be Peef trivia. Okay. So, what is Peef's favorite animal?
It's bears.
No. Come on, think harder. His favorite animal is an
armadillo.
Jeez. You should have known that one. Peef has a really weird obsession with armadillos.
Yeah, he does.
Now, all these things that I'm saying right now are things that we've made up about our Peef. This is not the official Peef stuff.
It's imagination.
It's our imagination.
There's basically a lot of dead armadillos.
No. There's a lot of dead armadillos
you
when
might
you go
want
on
to edit
road
that
trips. And so Peef, never mind. Okay,
it's a long story.
We're not going to go into that. Okay.
There was a confusion between armadillo and Amarillo, Texas. Yeah.
Yes, that was where that
stories.
started.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And
then you remember he had the desk.
Yes, he had the desk
for all his little businesses that he has.
He like has all these businesses.
But thing 1 and thing 2 are part of the.
Gosh.
Yeah. Maybe
is
you're
sad.
going to want to.
Okay, the next trivia question is. Hold on, I didn't come up with questions, so I'm just thinking of them off the top of my head. Okay, what is Peef allergic to?
Ketchup. He can't have ketchup. And he loves double cheeseburgers from McDonald's, but he has to have them without ketchup.
Which are not vegan.
Yeah.
He's not, I don't know.
Well, he's not a vegan
We're
bear.
working on it. Maybe we'll switch him to Impossible Burgers.
There you go. Yeah. Maybe he'll like those. I don't know.
Okay. What did Peef wear on his nose for like 2 years?
Do you really want me to tell that? Wasn't it the little sticker on the toilet paper at the hotel? It was a little gold sticker, and she put it on his nose. And I mean, like, if we lost it, it was like...
It was like the toilet paper
horrible.
seal.
Yeah, it was the toilet paper. And if we lost that thing for temporarily,
I actually
for just
still
a
have
second... You still have that? I don't believe it. Okay. Anyway, yeah, excuse me, not
Okay.
it. Oh, now I touched the microphone. All right.
She's stop touching the microphone. Brian's gonna kill you. Brian's gonna murder. No, literally, don't touch it.
Well, I was thinking it need moved.
Oh my gosh, Brian's gonna murder you. She thinks I'm bad to deal with.
Okay.
Now there's two of us.
But he has to put up with me because I'm his mother-in-law.
Well, anyway, okay, so, who is Peef's favorite musician?
Oh my God, Burt Bacharach. I mean, he just like lives for Burt Bacharach. That's like oh God. Which is kind of like interesting because when I was 13 and 14, 15, I really liked Burt Bacharach. And he was very, very, very popular back then. He had just been like won an Academy Award for, what was it?
Promises?
No. Well, he won I think he won some Tonys for that. No, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Yeah, Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head. He wrote that. And he won Academy Award for that. And he was just really, really popular. And I just really, really liked him. And so, like, years later, like, who figures? Like, we find Peef, and he's like...
He's a Burt Bacharach fan.
Yeah.
Actually, if you noticed in the photo album, yes, I made an iron-on onto that photo album cover, and it's literally a shirt that has an iron-on of Burt Bacharach.
Jessica had a lot of time on her hands.
We took him to New York City to see Burt, remember?
Yes, we did.
Okay, anyway. Okay, last trivia question. I'm going to ask you one more trivia question.
Okay.
Oh, I'm not going to ask you that because that's just bad. I was going to ask you about his mom, but we're not going to go there.
His mom?
No, we're not going. Don't say that.
Okay, I know what happened to his
That's
mom.
weird. Let's see. What should I ask
He was in your
her?
wedding.
Yeah, they know that.
All
Well,
right.
if you've seen our other videos, you know that he was in our
And
wedding.
let's
We'll show you
see.
some pictures of that. Wait, I have to think of one more trivia question.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So your last question is, what did Peef used to have that he no longer has on him?
His eyebrows. He lost his eyebrows.
Bonus. Where did he lose his eyebrows?
I know he lost one in an airplane.
I think he actually lost two, both of them
both
on
of them on
airplanes,
airplanes?
but
Okay.
like separate occasions,
Yeah.
which was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, his eyebrows like fell off. You'll
And then
notice
there
all the
was
other
a time
Peefs have
I
eyebrows.
threw him up in the air, I think, for some reason, and he hit the fan and chipped his eyeball.
His eyeballs are chipped.
Yeah.
But it was her fault.
It was my fault, yeah.
His little fur is kind of like coming separated here, and he's like a little bit of a. He's a little bit.
His stomach's a little caved in.
He's a little bit less fluffy than the rest of the Peefs. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we've we've embarrassed ourselves enough.
Okay.
So should we bring Brian back?
I would, but he has to do it like magically.
Peef has to do it.
Yes.
I know that's some horrible editing, but
Whatever.
the Peef
Peef's
magic.
It's fine.
Yeah. So I told you this had the ramblings of a crazy person in
Okay,
it.
let me make sure I didn't. Let me see if there's any notes that we need to hit.
You probably hit most things. You had your picture. Why are you hiding it from me?
I don't know. Concert. Oh, we didn't talk about Peef Urban, but that's for another day.
Yeah, whatever. That'll be for something different.
Oh, I think the funniest thing was when a couple things. So when we met Penn and Teller. So we were I got up the nerve. Every time I've gotten like a photo with a celebrity, I've never had the nerve to like have Peef in the photo. And so for whatever reason with Teller, I just was like, you know what, Peef's gonna be in the photo. So I held Peef back, like kind of like, ooh, like, okay, Peef's gonna be in the photo. And Teller grabbed Peef, and what did he say? He was like, just...
he said something about putting him front and
like
center.
he needs to be front and
It's
center.
like the bear needs to be front and center.
Yeah, and then he took the selfie of like us with Peef and everything, so that was just funny.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
Also, I'm pretty much known to my nieces and nephews as like Crazy Aunt Jessie. Although a lot of the ones on my side call me Jessie because my brothers call me Jessie, which are the only people in the world who call me Jessie, so don't call me Jessie. But
I don't even call her Jessie.
No.
And in fact, all of my family call her Jessica.
Yes. But or Jessica.
Yeah.
Because that's how our nephew used to say it. Well, anyway, side note. So basically, like, they all know that I like carry Peef. I don't carry Peef with me everywhere I go. I carry Peef when I'm traveling. I take him, and if we're gonna go meet the family, sometimes I'll bring him just because the kids, you know, to further enhance the Crazy Aunt Jessie scenario. But I've given them Peefs. Like one of our nephews, actually, he got really into Peef, and he has 3 Peefs. So yeah. Anyway, it's been kind of fun, and I think, let's see, is there anything else we need to talk about Peef?
I don't think so. I think that's enough for one video, at least.
Okay. I wanted to ask you a few questions.
Okay, geez.
So,
this is gonna last forever, isn't it?
okay. So I had this whole thing, like vision in my head.
It's her video. This is not my video.
So yes, I'm the director, and I'm not a very good director. But basically, my question for you is like, what did you think when you first found out about Peef?
I thought you were crazy, but I already knew you were crazy to begin with. So that wasn't really like that much of a shocker to me. Not to mention, I mean, you're weird, I'm weird, but you just happen to focus it onto one particular item.
Oh yeah, my mom's weird too. She's sitting over there going, I'm weird too. Oh wait, she's not there because Peef made her disappear.
Yes. But I don't know, like he was just there. Like we never really like did anything like, you know, I don't know. He was just there. And so I just accepted him as your weird thing. So
what do you think? What do you think, is there like a deeper, like, do you think I'm like mentally ill and that's why I'm attached to Peef? Or do you think there's like a deeper?
No.
What do you think?
As someone in the comments once suggested, they thought Jessica might have borderline personality disorder. And, you know, sometimes people like latch onto particular items. I think they call it a transitional item. No, you aren't crazy in that particular way.
Thanks.
You know, Peef is a bear that is a stuffed animal bear. And you just have created this fantastic tale to go around him as something fun to do. Yeah. So I think for like, you know, it's like those people who put a lot of like thought and effort into how they would survive the zombie apocalypse. It's like, you know, that's never going to happen, right? But you still do it anyway because it's fun to like, you know, think about what it's similar thing, except it's your thing. You know, it's like, I, you know, want to imagine what it would be like to be a Jedi, so.
And I'm like, what would Peef do if he was in this situation? And what kind of, how does he make his money? What does he sell? What does he do? Like all these kind of crazy things.
Yep.
So yeah. But anyway, I think we've gone on long enough. So I think we should close this one out.
Yes, please find us on all of our social media platforms, Facebook and Instagram, and all of that kind of fun stuff. Those are growing great, and we absolutely love that. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do so and click the bell that is right next to it, and you can get all of the notifications whenever we post a new video. But I think that's all I got.
Yeah, and Oliver's about to go crazy.
Yes, he is.
He's probably jealous that he doesn't have his own video.
Yeah, so maybe we have to do an Oliver and Scout video next. Either way, we will see you next time on Crocs in the Kitchen. Bye.
Bye. If you're still watching because you don't think I'm a psycho.